what we done on our project, how to make battery with metal and aerosol water. So what we did was we got 3 cups of different types of salt waters. Then after that we got our devices and put the electrolytes on the cup to clip the alligator clips. Then after that we got our results, and then after that we got our different type of electrolytes results onto the cups, and yeah.
Together we worked to find out and figure out what different properties we could use to make a battery using metal, air, and salt water. If there was one thing that we could change as a whole, we would probably cut out half our procedures that we use. I think we did entirely too much, and we could have did it in a more efficient way.
My name is Caleb, and this is my project. And so basically, my question for my project was, what lighting environments does my robot work the best in? So basically, what I tested was the lighting environment and the speed and the time in seconds it took for the robot to complete the track, which I also have right here, with my robot right here as well. And basically, I tested that on different speeds in different lighting environments. Is this thing at the bottom right here, and it basically detects if a black line is under it, and if there is, then it will follow that line. And it has these 3 little things at the bottom. If this one, which is actually the left one, if that one detects a line under it, it'll move to the left. And if the right one detects a line, it'll move to the right.
Hello, so my name is Cameron, and my project is, can alcohol be effective towards yeast? So my research question was that does an increase of alcohol concentration will be able to reduce the growth of its microorganism? And basically my hypothesis would say that if alcohol can, then the microbe will be able to grow with its decrease, because the alcohol will damage the cell membranes and will also interfere with its cellular process. And as you can see from my data in my photo, it showed that each bag will contain the amount of alcohol that has inside of it. So let's say for my 10% of the bag, it didn't have that much inflation of its foam height since it had too much. But for the rest of my bags, like 0% and 5%, it had increased each time by 1%. So say for my 5%, its inflation and height only went up to 2 with its reduce of activity. And then for 0% of alcohol but 100% yeast, it had a 3% of inflation and height along with its strong bubbling.
Hello, my name is Brandon Lockamy, and my project explores how certain beverages affect teenagers' reaction times. I tested multiple student volunteers using 3 variables: Sprite, 100% fruit juice, and water. On separate days, participants consumed equal amounts of each and completed a reaction test. My hypothesis was proven incorrect, as the Sprite had the best performance on testers and increased the reactions by 150 to 200 milliseconds. This indicates that the rapid sugar intake provided a temporary boost to reaction speed. While this 200 millisecond advantage was very impressive, it actually, through further observation of my testers, I noticed that when they took the soda trial later on in the day, they ended up showing signs of having a crash at the end of the day, being droopy and more tired after doing vigorous activities. So, through further research, after having constant consumption of the soda, they ended up experiencing a sugar crash. So, in conclusion, while soda is the best for immediate reactions, it's better to just stick with water when it comes to long-term activities like sports, debating, and other studies.
My name is Ayana Givens, and this is my project, how colors affect plant growth. This project is about how different colors, red, blue, green, and white, affect the growth of pinto beans. The reason why I chose pinto beans is because they grow really fast, and I didn't really have enough time to do all this. So what my mom did was she built these little things, thank you mommy, for the plants, and we just basically stick the light in them. While doing this project, I noticed that the red was the tallest, the blue had it was the second tallest but had thicker stem, the white was the shortest but had bigger leaves, and green, even though it is tall, when I touched it, the stem was really small, enough for if you like touch it, you'd snap. So I guess that's because like green light reflects off of the plant. So what the plant is doing is stretching towards the light so it can get some, photosynthesis. The reason why the white plant has bigger leaves is so it can catch more light for photosynthesis. And that's my project.
Hi, my name's London,
Hi, my name's Dallas.
and our project is heat retention and cold retention. The two main materials for this project are aluminum foil and bubble wrap. The main goal of our project is to find out a way to keep a temperature stable for a longer period of time with an affordable material so we can help lower the cost of housing and lower the rate of homelessness. Thank you.
My name is Isaiah Pia,
My name is Emmanuel.
and our project is Keep It Cool. The goal of our project was to see which common household insulator would keep boiling hot temperatures of water the most warm. We've had aluminum foil, bubble wrap over here, and cotton balls. Many different materials.
So for the materials, we use aluminum foil, bubble wrap, and cotton balls for the insulators. We use a container to hold the water and lid to cover it up. We use the hot water as a variable. We had the tape to secure everything and keep it insulated. And we use the timer and the thermometer to measure it.
For our methods, we had 4 containers. We had a test container, a bubble wrap container, the aluminum foil container, and a cotton ball container. We couldn't bring the control container, but how we did this was for every 3 minutes, for the next 15 minutes, so each container lasted 15 minutes in total time. Every 3 minutes, we took boiling hot water and we would dip the thermometer inside the hot water temperatures and we would measure the temperatures down. And by the end of the experiment, cotton balls was ultimately the best insulator, bubble wrap was the second best insulator, and aluminum foil was the third best insulator.
Hi, my name is Sahar, and my project was on natural versus artificial sugars. I wanted to test how yeast would react to natural versus artificial sweeteners. My hypothesis was that if yeast is fed natural sugars, it would produce more carbon dioxide than it would if it was fed artificial sweeteners, because yeast lacks the proper enzymes to break down synthetic molecular structures. So I tested this using 3 water bottles and 3 balloons. I used 110-degree water, 2 teaspoons of yeast for every water bottle, and 2 tablespoons of the respective sugar for each water bottle. The 3 sugars I used were caro, which is glucose, table sugar, which is sucrose, and equal sugar, which is dextrose. Dextrose and glucose are close, the only difference being that dextrose is a modified sugar, therefore making it a synthetic sweetener. So I would pour the 110-degree water in with the yeast first, then I would put the respective sugar in the bottle, shake it up, and put a balloon on it. I'd measure the balloon circumference like this every 5 minutes for 30 minutes and write down the results and the measurements in both a chart and a dot plot to show the difference between the measurements. The sugar that produced the most carbon dioxide, surprisingly enough to me, was table sugar, not the caro sugar. The reason I believe this is because the caro sugar was a liquid and much more dense than both the table sugar and the dextrose sugar, which is why it produced less carbon dioxide than the table sugar and equal sugar. That is my project.
My name is Eric Cross. My name is Jaden Bonnet, and this is our project, Icy Ice Melts Quick. For our rationale, this project matters because we measure how insulation slows heat transfer, and you rely on known science about conduction and insulation and trapped air. Air-filled materials slow down heat flow more than solid materials. Aluminum foil reflects heat, but metal transfers heat faster than air-filled materials. This study connects classroom heat to transfer concepts to common household items.
For our research question, our question was, how does insulation type affect ice cubes melt time? Our dependent variable was the type of insulation used, which is aluminum foil, cotton balls, and bubble wrap. Our independent variable was time for ice to melt. Our hypothesis was we expected bubble wrap to produce the longest melt time, cotton balls to rank second, and bubble wrap to rank last. Or aluminum foil to rank last because heat transfers quickly.
Hello, my name is Brian Etheridge, and this is my clean air quadrant. And the purpose about this is to have clean air and filter the particles, because if you breathe in clean air, it could ruin your body, you could die. This is the best. It collects a lot of dust
collects a lot of dust. It's on filters on each side, and it stands up. I try to make cheap ones that are affordable because air filters are really expensive.
My name is Maximus. This is a 3D printed 3-cylinder compressed air engine. So my my hypothesis with this was, would a 3D printed 3-cylinder engine produce similar RPM outputs to a real 3-cylinder engine? My hypothesis was incorrect. I 3D designed this and printed this at Autodesk Tinkercad and 3D printed it using a Creality Ender 3 V3 SE. At 90 PSI, it produced 3,414 RPM, which is comparable to Perkins and Kubota BX series engines.
Today we are having a beautiful STEM fair. We have 30 activities being participating today. So we have approximately 45 students with our pairs. We have 9th and 10th grade bio classes, completed them as part of their PG CPS Science Quarter 2 projects, and they are competing today to get ready to go to the county STEM fair. So we'll be taking at least the top 6 to the county for them to participate. We have 8 judges in here today helping with this. We have Miss Nikki designed all of our beautiful balloon arches. We've had great support from the parents. This has been a quarter-long project that is culminating in a chance for these kids to really showcase their work, explain it to their peers, and introduce them to new people through the judges.
Hi, Miss Freniza. I'm the STEM fair coordinator for CMIT South High School. So I want our kids to showcase their project to the county fair. So as of today, we're judging 30 projects from 9th and 10th grade biology class, and we'll pick at least top 6 to go into the county. My job is to register them and make sure they were able to join the PG County STEM Fair on March 16th.
Hi, welcome. Welcome to CMIT South High School. We're here for their annual STEM Fair. And what we're doing here, I was serving as a judge today, but essentially it doesn't matter what my role was. The goal of today was to narrow down our students' projects to get to the top performing projects based off of judges so that they could advance to the county fair. This is one of the most important events for our STEM schools is because it allows kids to be independent thinkers, do work at home on a project that they get to choose. It's whatever personal interest they have. I saw some projects on 3D printing and engineering. I saw some projects on teeth staining because kids had personal opinions on wanting to learn about that. So it gives kids an opportunity to learn about what they want to learn about and then showcase that on their day of the event. So hopefully today goes great. It's been an amazing event already, and we'll get down to our top performances and we'll give out some trophies, and those kids will represent us in the county science fair.